Hi, I'm Alex Smith, and this is my personal history project. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the social, cultural, economic, and political aspects of my life, as well as my favorite time period in history that we discussed this year in class. Now let's get started, so sit back, relax, and try not to snore too loud. I'm sure some kids are trying to listen, or at least Hoffpauir. Before we begin, let me tell you a little about myself. I was born in Fairfax, Virginia. Both my parents were born outside of there. My mom was born in New Jersey, and my dad in Ethiopia. Yes, that's in Africa, and no, it's not African American if that's what you're wondering. Here's my birth certificate if you don't believe me. Yes, Ethiopia. Anyway, they both went to Rutgers University, where they met. After they graduated, they got married, had my older brother, then me, then later we moved down here to Texas, where they had my little brother, and now we all live here. At Ranch, I ran cross country and track. I also played baseball until I had my shoulder surgery last fall. But that's going well. And well, that's pretty much me. So let's get back to the video. Over my life, there's been a lot of different social aspects that affected how I am today. But I'm only going to talk to you about the main three. Those are my family, my friends, and the sports that I've played. So let's begin with my family. Really, my family's the biggest part of my life. They're around me all the time. I see them every day, you know. But we're pretty close. Of course, you know, we're so close. We're always fighting. That's you know, fun, I guess you could say. We always have all these big fights because I have my two brothers. Turn into brawls. You know, we always have this alliance. Me and my little brother versus my older brother because, you know, he's bigger than us. But, you know, our parents have to come in and cut our conflict short because, you know, they're in charge. But whatever. Who needs them? There's fights. But anyway, the fights aren't bad, but we're still close together in a family sort of way. But I love my family, you know, in that I want to kill you kind of way. The second aspect I want to talk about is my friends. They're a huge part of my life. They show me where I need to go, where I need to be, how I need to act, and they've put me on some unforgettable adventures. Of course, there's some that I'd like to forget, don't get me wrong, but they're great people. They're great to be with, and I wouldn't be where I am today without them. The last aspect I want to talk about is the sports that I've played. Both my first two examples come into play here, as most of my friends are from the sports that I've played, and I look at most of them as my second family. But the sports have given me a lifetime of experiences, and I've learned so many life lessons through it. I know that without the sports I wouldn't know how to be a leader, commit to anything that I do, and, well, I put in so much work, and it's nice to see that pay off. Here's some of my awards that I've earned over the past year through cross country, and this really shows my dedication and hard work. Growing up, I'd say our household economy was socialist. I didn't pay for anything, really. My parents would supply me and my brothers with money and food and everything else that we needed, so there wasn't really a point. My father worked as a project manager, so he supplied our family with a good amount of money, allowing us to get with the newest technology, as long as we didn't overspend on anything else. When it comes to money, I guess I'm not a big spender. I save most of my money. I don't have a job, so I don't have that much money to spend. So I try to save it all up and then spend it on something when I really need it, or if I have something that I really want. I don't really like to throw my money away or just put it out there, because money's pretty valuable. To me, at least. I don't know. I guess you guys might just, whatever, money. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about my economic situation. In my family, my parents' role is king and queen of sorts, making me and my brother as part of their empire. I guess you could say that my parents' role is kind of like in a limited monarchy, because they're in charge over what we do, but I mean, we do have a little say. I guess a kind of little say. We don't really do anything. It's kind of, hey, where do you want to eat? Okay, we're not going there. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for asking. You know, it's kind of how it goes. They don't really care about our point of view, but that's fine because they pay for the house, they let us stay here, they can rule us. It's fine. Now, my parents aren't very strict when it comes to me and my brothers, but they do give us a couple rules that we have to follow, like our curfew. We have to be home at a certain time. We have chores that we have to do. You know, we can't go around just breaking into people's houses. You know, normal rules. But I mean, they definitely give us a lot of freedom. I mean, some of the rules can be annoying because they kind of cut into our social life, but that's fine. I can live with it. Now, here's the part that I'm sure you've all been waiting for. History. We've covered up countless number of topics over the year, and, well, the one I felt most closely related to is World War II. It also interests me the most. You see, I've had a couple great-grandparents fight in the war, and I have all these old relics, I guess you could say, of stuff that they got from the war, and it's nice to look back, and now that I have experienced and learned more about the war, I can really understand like what these were used for and how they relate to me in my life. So it's cool to look back at them. Well, that's going to wrap up my presentation. I want to thank you all for listening to me as I rambled on about my life and everything that's affected me over the years. Thank you for listening, and I hope you liked it.